What's up, guys? Moonlight150 here, and welcome to the first episode of my one-man show. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to be calling it yet, but I got a couple different titles, but that doesn't matter right now. What you guys want to hear is probably what I'm putting as in the title of the video, and this is my rant on which next-gen console am I planning on. Now, this actually goes both ways, and it's not going to be a rant on either the Xbox One or the PlayStation 4. It's actually going to be pointing out the positives and the negatives of both consoles, but really, I'm just gonna get straight to it of my own personal opinion of between these things. I do not care about the console. The console to me is just a piece of machinery that just sits there and I put my game into. And people care so much these days about the console themselves. I don't care about the console. I care about the games. And the thing is, though, I need the consoles to play the games that I want. I care about the games, and this is somehow escaping the gaming community. It's become like a turf war between Xbox and Sony, and then PC's kind of on their pedestal, be like, ha, I'm watching these two fight, but whatever. That's another rant story, but I'm going to stick just to consoles here, and I'm going to stick to the next gens of Xbox One and PlayStation 4. Not going to consider the Wii U, because we all know they're on their own field. I mean, we have the Xbox and Sony are like on their own field, and across the street is the Wii U, is just playing in its own field. But anyway, so between the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4, I'm just going to come out and say that I am more supportive of the Xbox One, and before all the hate comments come in, I'm just going to explain myself. I don't care that the PlayStation 4 has a little bit more RAM, more storage, or whatever that thing is I keep reading that it has more of. I don't care about that. I care that it plays the games. I love that the Xbox One plays games, and I love the PlayStation 4 plays games. That's all I care about. Now, that being said, I'm so heavy on the games, and it's the reason why I'm picking the Xbox One. It has more games that we know of at the moment, as of, what day is it, August 14th, that I'm interested in. There are more games, I mean, I'll put them on the list, on the screen right now. Games for the Xbox One that I'm interested in as of this day, and PlayStation 4 games that I'm interested in as of this day. And these are just the exclusive, and then I'll put up the multiplayer games in the middle. And when it comes to multi-platform games, I just base it on, do any of them have like any exclusives to a console, and that's when I decide, do I get it on this or this. Typically, I tend to get the more multiplayer games on the Xbox, because their service just seems to be better a little bit, and especially when it's like a shooter or a fighter, I tend to keep it on the Xbox just because I like the control more. And then I tend to get more single player heavy games on the PlayStation, but I think I'm going to change that up to just, does it have anything console exclusive, and that was what I'll base it on. And then if there's no difference between the Xbox One version and the PlayStation 4 version, I'm just going to flip a coin or something, I don't know. Also depends if my friends on my Xbox or my friends on my PlayStation get it, but so yeah, the multi-platform games, don't really talk about those. I'm going to talk about the exclusives of the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4, and you'll notice right away that the Xbox One game has more exclusive games that I'm interested in. Now, I don't even know that many PlayStation 4 games that are even coming within that we know of right now. So where did I put that list? I know the list is up on the screen right now, but I don't have it in front of me. I hid it somewhere. Ah, here it is. So yeah, the Xbox One has a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 games. And then the PlayStation 4 has 3. And even Kingdom Hearts 3 is supposed to be multi-platform, but we all know, as Kingdom Hearts fans, that it should be on the PlayStation. But so I'm just going to put it on the PlayStation 4 side. So yeah, as of games that we know of right now, PlayStation 4 is really dwindling on games that I'm interested in. I know there are a lot more games, but none of them really caught my eye. And then, so that's why I'm planning on getting the Xbox One first. And I even decided this back when it had all the stupidity of those policies, and then the forcing us of having the Kinect and all this other stuff. But I didn't care about that, because honestly, I want to know what the majority is of people who trade around the games. I know there probably is a really big number of people in like groups of friends who just switch around games all the time. I mean, I'm even doing that kind of with some friends that we just switch off games to each other, but I never saw it as like a big thing. I mean, I never really hear about it. So I guess it's just because it got taken away. It comes down to that saying of you don't know what you have until it's gone. And since Xbox took it, we are all like, ah, that was actually a big deal. So, and then PlayStation 4 had to go and blow in their face. That's another thing. PlayStation 4 seems to be really cocky right now. And to where whenever Xbox decides to make a move, they come out and say, oh, look, we made this, it's almost like instantaneously the next day. They come out and say, oh yeah, Xbox One made this announcement. Oh, look at our announcement. It's a little bit better. And then everyone gets on the bandwagon of like, oh my gosh, PlayStation 4 is so amazing. So, but yeah, if you're going to talk about the consoles by themselves, yes, the PlayStation 4 is better, but I don't care. I mean, as long as it plays the game, I don't care about the console. I mean, yeah, there's going to be all these features, and I'm probably only going to use about 1% of them. That 1% playing Netflix and Hulu Plus. And that's really all I do on my consoles right now. I play games and I watch Netflix and Hulu Plus. So, I mean, there's Skype. I mean, maybe you might use Skype. I don't know. It's got like this recording, streaming on Twitch, and all this other stuff. And I'm just glad that now PlayStation is not going to have that stupid argument that online service is free on the PlayStation 3 and not on the Xbox, because now they're both going to be charging. I hear that the PlayStation 4 is going to be cheaper, but, you know, at least they don't have, like, the full argument of, hey, ours is cheaper. And I'm just going to bash on the PlayStation 3 just a little bit and say it may have been free, but it wasn't that good, at least compared to what the Xbox is able to do. But anyway, enough of that. But yeah, if you look at the games for the PlayStation 4, the only game that I'm really interested in is Infamous Second Son, because Infamous series is actually one of my favorite console PlayStation 3 exclusive games. I really loved Infamous 1 and 2, and then so continuing the franchise, I thought it was dead, is really exciting, even though the character doesn't really appeal to me that much. But then you got the Order 1886, which seems kind of cool, so I just threw that on the list just to make it a little bit longer. Of course, then there's Kingdom Hearts 3. So that's like a big deal. But of course, we all know that I'm going to guess right now that Kingdom Hearts 3 is not going to be out in 2014. And if it is, it's going to come out Christmas 2014. And I feel like it's going to be rushed if it comes out by Christmas of 2014. And I don't want it to be rushed. So I'm calling it right now that Kingdom Hearts 3 is going to be a 2015 release. I'm going to say spring to summer 2015 release, if we're lucky. Now, that being said, I'm probably going to do... This is probably my plan right now. I'm going to do the Xbox One. Not right away. I doubt it, being that heavy number. And that's what I'm going to get to next. But I'm going to get the Xbox One, enjoy a lot of the games that are coming out almost right away. I mean, there are only like 5 games that are coming out launched. And that's another interesting I find interesting, is that both the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4 have the same amount of exclusives coming out at launch. They both have 5, and then there's a bunch of multi-platform games coming out, but then they each have only 5 games that are exclusives to each other. So I found that really interesting. But when you compare side by side the exclusive, especially at launch, they're pretty similar actually. But yeah, nothing game wise on both consoles catch my eye. So that's why I'm gonna wait a little bit for the Xbox One until, like, 1, I have the money, and 2, a game comes out that I really want. And then I'm probably get Xbox One within a couple months of it coming out, and then I'm just gonna buy Kingdom Hearts 3 and PlayStation 4 probably the same day. Like, Kingdom Hearts 3 is gonna come out, it's gonna have this probably big midnight release that I'm gonna go to, and then like the day before I'm gonna buy a PlayStation 4, and that's what's gonna happen. Because honestly, there has been nothing talked about on the PlayStation 4 game-wise that I'm really interested in that isn't a multi-platform game, besides Infamous Second Son and The Order 1886, and I'm just like, well, it's only 2 games, and they're not like big games that are important to me like Kingdom Hearts 3, then I'll just be like, okay, I'm gonna buy Kingdom Hearts 3, get the PlayStation 4, and then I'll catch up on the games like Infamous Second Son and The Order 1886. So, and maybe they might even be cheaper by then, so a little... hoorah. Now, if Kingdom Hearts 3 had any kind of a closer release date, like they've secretly been working on it for like a long time, and then it's coming out like within the first couple months or so of release, I probably would be buying the PlayStation 4 first. Right now, Kingdom Hearts 3 is my definition of wanting to get a PlayStation 4. There is no other game that is saying, hey, buy a PlayStation 4 to me. I mean, there's nothing that's drawing me to that console game-wise. Sure, it's better in tech. Sure, it's better in a bunch of other things I don't really understand. But I don't care. Gaming has always been about the games. So I'm just going to wait it out for the PlayStation 4. They'll probably have a bundle or something. The Xbox One's probably going to come with a bundle a little bit later by then. By 2015. So who knows? I don't know. I'm kind of losing myself. But here's the thing. Xbox One is going to be... is my choice of console right now because there are more games planned. The games that we know about since E3, there's just been more games on the Xbox One coming out within the first couple months of launch that have me interested and say, hey, I want to buy these games. And these are the exclusives I'm talking about. I'm talking about Dead Rising 3, I'm talking about Killer Instinct, I'm talking about Minecraft, I'm talking about... I know Titanfall is supposedly supposed to be a multi-platform release, but I hear that it's supposed to be on Xbox One first. And then there's going to be a release for the PlayStation 4 later. So, another thing. And plus, it's a shooter, and I just think shooters feel more comfortable on the Xbox. So that's another thing. Always get my shooters on Xbox. That's another thing. But, yeah, there's just a bunch of games on the Xbox One that just caught my eye. Maybe that's not the point of it to PlayStation 4. Now, if you are supporting PlayStation 4 because there is a game that they talked about, or a game or two that they talked about, that is coming out within... at launch, or coming within the first couple months of the launch window, then I say, sure, cool, then you're supporting the PlayStation 4 because you're supporting the console that is given the games that you want to play. I'm not supporting Xbox One, I'm not supporting PlayStation 4, I'm supporting the games that interest me, and I think a lot of people nowadays forget that. They are so bound and determined on their turf war these days that they don't care about the games. They care about the console. They care about the stupid little brick that sits on your shelf in your entertainment center, or however you have your console set up, on the floor, on the carpet, or however you have it set up. They're more worried about representing their team with that box than they are about playing the game, it seems like, half the time on the internet. And then when the console wars are finally off to the side a little bit, I mean, yeah, we still get the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 console wars. Not so much now, because now we argue about the newer ones, but after the initial console war went away, then we just started arguing about games, and now that the console wars are back. So it's a terrible, terrible time to be a gamer like me who doesn't care about being associated with any flag of Xbox or PlayStation. I just want to play the games I want to play, and I just have to be on the Xbox team right now. It's like I'm forcing myself to be on that team because they have the assets that I want. I mean, let's think of them as soccer teams. Xbox One has these players like Dead Rising 3 and Minecraft and Killer Instinct and Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare, which is looking like a hilarious game. And PlayStation 4 has like this little team of 3, and one of the members is not even there yet. He's not even scheduled to be here for another 2 years, I'm guessing. So you gotta go with the winning team, and the winning team for me, in my eyes, is the Xbox One, because it just has the games I want to play announced already. Now, if PlayStation 4 had some other games announced that I'm actually interested in, I'm not saying that they don't have a small window of games. They do. I looked at all, I had to make a list of all the games that have been announced for both platforms, and it's just that a good portion of the games that I've noticed for PlayStation 4 are either exclusive I don't care about or multi-platform. So, and I'm thinking a lot of multi-platform games are probably going to go to the Xbox because I'm an achievement whore, and I care about my achievement score, my gamer score. So, unless these games like Batman Arkham Origins or Destiny or Star Wars Battlefront, I'm looking at my list right now, if these games offer something different on the PlayStation, like maybe a bonus something or other, I'll get it on the PlayStation, because that's exactly what I did with Assassin's Creed 3. Normally, I would have gotten Assassin's Creed 3 on the Xbox, but PlayStation version offered like a new weapon and some new maps, and I'm like, oh, I gotta get that. I'm all about the exclusivity of like bonus things. So, yeah, I think that's really all I wanted to say. I think I got across what I wanted to all say, and all said and done. But so yeah, don't leave your hate for any console in the comments. Otherwise, I will delete it, and I'll probably block you more than likely. And I guess I'll just talk about the Wii U for a second. I mean, it's obvious that the Wii U is going to sell incredibly well when both Mario Kart 8 and Super Smash Bros. Come out, and that's probably when I'll also begin the game the console too. I'll probably get the Xbox, or maybe I won't just yet, and then the Wii U will come out, and I'll get the Super Smash Bros. And Mario Kart with that, and then another year later than that, I'll get the PlayStation 4. So it seems to be how it's going right now, and honestly, I don't have any other games I want to play on the Wii U except for those two. But anyway, so that's it. If you have any real constructive criticism on the where I stand, and I don't really want just saying Xbox sucks, PlayStation sucks. Don't be your little fanboy in the comments supporting your group. Support the games. Support the games you want to play. You want to play Dead Rising. You want to play Killer Instinct. You want to play Infamous Second Son. Whatever. Represent the games you want to play. Don't represent your consoles. So, if there's anything else you want to hear from me, maybe either you have a question of what I stand on certain things, then let me know in the comments and I'll gladly answer. But as I feel about, if you want to know how I feel about the original policies of the Xbox One, of all the blocking and stuff of like used games and such, like I said, it didn't really bother me as one single person. Yes, it bothered me when after a report came out that opened my eyes to say people like in the military and stuff like that who bring their Xboxes along to play and there's no internet connection, they can't play their games because of that. Yeah, that got me really annoyed and stuff, and I was like, yeah, I really feel bad for these guys, but honestly, it should come down to myself because I'm spending the money to get a console to play the games that I want. Yeah, it pissed me off that these great military people who I have the greatest respect for can't play the games. I mean, my fellow gamers who are in the military cannot play the games that they want to play. They want to play Call of Duty. They want to play Halo. They want to play a bunch of games with each other, and they can't. So, I'm glad that that's resolved. What else was just... The Kinect didn't really bother me because I am honestly one of those people... People are complaining it's always watching me and stuff like that. It's like, I don't care. The government can hack into my Kinect and notice that I'm sitting on my ass like 23 out of 24 hours a day. So I don't really care. This is a discussion for another video, but like I said, the people who really care about them seeing through the cameras of your webcams and your Kinects and stuff like that are only people who have something to hide. So, I mean, I can understand if you're like a person who just likes to hang out in their house naked all day, then yeah, I can understand that. But if you're not one of those, if you're just worried about them spying on you, watching you, sitting on your ass, watching TV or playing a game, why are you so paranoid about that? I never understood that. So, but it's nice to know that the Kinect is not necessary. It's just a nice little thing, so I could just keep it wrapped up, put away until I eventually, if I ever buy a Kinect, that game that has Kinect on it. And if with the Xbox One coming with the Kinect, it like forces me to like, oh, you know, maybe I can go buy those little Kinect games now. I see a GameStop every now and then, like, hey, that might be a little fun to play a little bit. But if they ever do break down and make a Kinectless version of the Xbox One, probably more than likely get that version because one will be cheaper. I read a lot of reports saying that more than likely, if there were to be a version without a Kinect 2.0, the Xbox One would actually cost around $350, maybe like $380 or something like that, or maybe just tie with the PlayStation 4 and make it $400. So yeah, one would be cheaper, and two, it would just be something I just don't use. But coming with the $500 price tag and a Kinect myself, I would be using it for something. Like, I bought this thing, I'm gonna use it, so I don't know. So we'll see how that comes. It would be surprising that if they do a Kinectless bundle, but I just don't see them doing it because they keep constantly harping on that they believe in the Kinect. And next-gen Kinect games actually don't look that bad, at least from what I've seen. I mean, they're nothing serious, but they look like they could be dumb fun. And the dumb fun I want to play with the Kinect is Just Dance, but anyway, so hope you guys enjoyed. Don't be leaving your console war comments in the section below. Talk about in the comments, what next-gen games are you looking forward to? Like, what is like your top 5 next-gen games that you're looking forward to immensely? So, if you want me to do that real quick, obviously Kingdom Hearts 3 will be at the top. You know, I'm gonna put that Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare on that list because that game just looks like stupid fun. And let's see, Titanfall looks pretty good. Sunset Overdrive looks like a weird Left 4 Dead kind of crazy shooter. And you know, Infamous, you know, I loved Infamous, so I'm just going to put that on the list as the last one, Infamous Second Son. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and please share this video around, because it would be really cool if my rant about this actually got out to the more than just like the 10 people that watch my videos. So like I said, spread it if you'd like to, and if you enjoy, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I will see you guys later. Bye.